Michelle, and I have a hydrangea problem. But this is a problem that I'm not looking to fix. I'm not looking for help because did I buy more hydrangeas? Yes. Do I know where they're going? No. But will my garden look absolutely fabulous next year? Also yes. So it's a problem that I don't mind having, because I'm just making the world a more beautiful place. Okay, in all seriousness, I wanted to share with you the hydrangeas that I got because I think they're really cool and they're ones to look out for this year and next year. If you're a sucker like marketing for me, I cannot yet share with you if they are as awesome as they are advertised to be, but if you subscribe, that will be a video topic that I'm doing next year. Instead, the topic of today's video is calling myself out for being an absolute sucker for marketing. Let's talk about why I am adding the Flowerfull hydrangea from First Editions and the Eclipse hydrangea from First Edition to my garden this year. In general, for me to fall victim to new plants, which it's not hard, but they need to meet a couple of criteria. One, they need to be improved from the old version somehow. Either more flowers, more upright, cool foliage, cool colors. Like, it has to have something that otherwise the older version did not have. And then if it does have that, I buy it. Also, I garden here in Atlanta, Georgia on your pretty typical suburban lot. And so things that are over 4 or 5 feet tall, I have a hard time figuring out where to squeeze in. So plants that are advertised as more compact are typically the plants that I have planted in my garden. And since both of these are under 5 feet, I feel like I owe it to you, my dear plant friends, as my responsibility to test out these hydrangeas because they promise both cool and exciting things and they are compact. Check mark, check mark. Therefore, I must add them to my garden, right? Thank you for the validation. Okay, so let's start with this hydrangea over here. This is Flowerfull, which is a new hydrangea for 2025. I thought I wouldn't be able to buy it until 2025. When I saw it on Surfscape's website, it was something that I immediately added to cart. To be fair, this is the hydrangeas that I don't know where they're going, but I'm sure we can find a spot. Flowerfull is a hydrangea arborescens, or a smooth hydrangea. These are the hydrangeas that bloom white and they are native to North America. If you're looking to add native plants to your garden, this is a North American hydrangea that you can add. The reason why Flowerfull is exciting is because it promises to have, I think, double or triple the amount of flowers of other hydrangea arborescens, and it is supposed to stay upright. One of the things that people complain about hydrangea arborescens is its flop. So the newer varieties on the market promise more upright stems, and since I am a sucker for promises, why not test them out? I do have incredible hydrangea planted up front. These I want to plant somewhere in the backyard because I just love hydrangeas. The more the merrier, and hydrangea arborescens is one that you don't have to worry about if we get a late spring frost. Hydrangea arborescens blooms, oh look, I don't know if you can see, but there's a bee that just found this. So cute. But now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, right, spring frost. So your hydrangeas that bloom blue and pink primarily, those are your mop head hydrangeas, and also hydrangeas like oak leaf hydrangeas. Those set their flower buds on the branches that are standing here today. But hydrangea arborescens, or smooth hydrangea, and also panicle hydrangeas, those hydrangeas set their buds on next year's growth. So my dog can completely take this shrub out over winter, destroy all of the branches in her forever quest to finally catch a squirrel in our backyard, and it will still bloom beautifully because these hydrangeas bloom on the branches that they create next year. So in the same year of growth, they will put out new branches, and those branches will form the buds. The branches that you see here today, they're not important next year. They're just important this year. So that's a really nice thing about hydrangea arborescens in general. And then the Flowerfull hydrangea promises to be both more upright and more branches, which for me is way more better. So I am going to test this out. I'm not going to plant them near the incredible hydrangeas because I don't have the space there. I would love to do a side by side like I did with Limelight and Limelight Prime, but I just don't have the space. So these will go somewhere. It will be fabulous, and I'll compare notes as much as I can because they will be planted in different environments. But I just love hydrangeas, so I'm super excited to be adding this. If you don't see this in stock in your nurseries this year, definitely ask for them. to be carried next year. Like I said earlier, this is new for 2025 and somehow my garden center just happened to have it. So maybe yours does too. I'm sure if you ask for it, your garden centers will be happy to carry it. No comments yet on whether or not this lives up to the hype. That will be something that I post about in 2025. Next, let's talk about the Eclipse hydrangea, and I think you can see just from its leaves why it is so special. This hydrangea has very, very dark leaves that are absolutely beautiful, and I think the flowers are bright pink, at least in the first year. I will say that here in Atlanta, our soil is really acidic, so anything that has a very vibrant, bright pink bloom the first year, for me, the next year it will have a vibrant purple bloom, and then I'm pretty sure in year 3 it will be a vibrant blue bloom. I am just looking into my crystal ball and predicting the future, so maybe that won't happen, and maybe I'm just being a negative Nancy, but that's what I've experienced with my other hydrangeas. So I wouldn't buy this for the bright pink blooms. Instead, I would buy this for the amazing leaf color. Actually, pat on my back. I'm a responsible shopper for once because I know exactly where this is going. Let me show you. I mean, tell me this color combination isn't just meant for each other. This is exactly the spot that I thought would be perfect for this hydrangea. This is a part shade spot, so it does get some protection from the afternoon sun, which Hydrangea Microfil appreciates. Here I have Sun Power Hosta, which has that chartreusey foliage. It's actually a little greener now than it was when it first leaves out, and I just thought it would contrast perfectly with this hydrangea. Even when it's not in bloom, I think this combination is so beautiful. Let me show you what else is in this bed. Also in this bed, I have some Japanese painted ferns. This is the variety Godzilla, and it's my favorite because it's so robust and it grows so well. I find the other Japanese painted ferns that I have planted throughout my garden just don't compare with how good this variety is. So it really is my favorite variety, and it does have some purple undertones and some silvery undertones. So I thought it would pair perfectly with that hydrangea, which right now you can't see. So you do have to exercise a little bit of patience and foresight in the garden, because that hydrangea will eventually be 3 to 5 feet tall, which will be the perfect backdrop for this space. But right now we just have to envision it as a bigger hydrangea later. Since you couldn't see the hydrangea before, I thought I would bring it back up as we talk about it a little bit. This is a Hydrangea Microfil. So it might not be the best choice for cold weather climates if you want a hydrangea that you're gonna see blooms on. If you're just planting it for this incredible leaf color, that's definitely something that you can do. I'm not sure if this is a hybrid hydrangea that blooms on both old and new wood. And if it is, you might have some hydrangea blooms. But if you live in a climate that frequently has late spring frosts, this is the type of hydrangea that you might not see bloom every single year if you have a late frost. And this is the type of hydrangea that if you prune it back during the wrong time of year, you will not see blooms on your hydrangea. So that is something to note, but I'm really excited to see how this grows. Like I think I said before, this hydrangea grows 3 to 5 feet tall. It is hardy in zones 5 through 9. I'm not sure it will bloom every year in zones 5 through 9, but in Atlanta, most years we do get Hydrangea Microfil blooms. And so I think it's still worth planting these types of hydrangeas. Allegedly, this does bloom a cranberry color. Atlanta soil will definitely put that color to the test, and I promise to report back next year. But for now, I'm going to stop geeking about hydrangeas. I'm going to get these in the ground, and I promise next year I will do an update video as to how these are growing. And I would love to hear if you're also adding these hydrangeas to your garden. I am such a sucker for the new hydrangeas that come out, and I think I'm not the only one that falls prey to the new varieties that come out to the market. So I want to hear if you also fell victim to the new varieties that are coming out to the market. What are you planting and what are you excited about to see bloom in your garden next year? And as always, I want to end by saying thank you for watching, thank you for supporting my channel, and I will see you in the next video.